You guys are so slow. Look.
A Chaos Emerald! You've already found one!
Well now, I may not look it, but I'm a real treasure hunter. Unlike a certain echidna I know.
Got his ass again.
What? Heh. Have you guys discovered anything?
Yeah. I received a signal indicating there's a Chaos Emerald here, but...
You mean we've got to go through there?
If you don't like it, you can stay here.
You've got to be kidding.
Don't be late. Same to you.
Got him. Alright, welcome back to Sonic 06. This part of the game is what I would consider to be the low point. This is not a very good level. It's really long, unnecessarily so. It gets stupidly complicated at one point. And it is a level that all three characters have to play, with minimal differences between the three stages. In fact, I would say basically no changes between the three versions of the stage. So, like, you know, there's certain levels, like the sand level. Sonic's version of that level is completely different from Silver and Shadow's. Even Shadow and Silver's are completely different from each other. This level, basically you play through it the same way each time. So I think that this is probably the worst level. If I had to pick a level that I'm the least excited to play, it's probably this one. And it doesn't help that it's followed up by the most tedious fucking boss battle of all time. This is a jump that can really fuck you up because of that. And if you just keep mashing the homing attack button, you're not going to have a good time, which is something that I've learned over the years of playing this game, is do not, even if there are two enemies right next to each other, do not just mash the homing attack button. It causes so many problems. So I don't know if I've explained this yet, but you'll sometimes see Sonic do a homing attack, go in the air, and then do like a 180, or I guess a 360, where he turns all the way around. That is me, like, setting up the next homing attack. Because I feel like that gives you enough time to kind of get ready to do a new one. Maybe I'll show it off here at some point. Yeah, you can see I'm doing it here. Because if you just keep pressing it... Also, this was a glitch that I kept trying to get to happen. Somewhere, I think it's this level, I don't know if it's with a specific character, but you can walk through that door and just ignore these enemies if you, like, clip into it. So I kept trying to get that to happen. Not a single time was I successful. So yeah, that's just one of those pro tips that I've learned from playing this game too many times, is never homing attack too quickly after, you know, another one. It's either going to somehow get you hit, or you're going to homing attack off in a completely different direction that you didn't want to go in. Because this game is really good and made very well. I do believe it's possible actually to get hit by an asteroid or whatever that is. One of those little falling rocks as you're flying through the air, which is, again, this game's made really nicely. I am using a new microphone to record this. Been having some problems with my usual one. So if this one sounds a little weird, that's why. If this one doesn't sound good... Jesus Christ, what happened there? If this one sounds weird, hopefully I'll grab a new one soon. They don't make the type of microphone that I've been using, like, basically since I started the channel. I've had multiple ones, but it's been the same type of microphone. And that stinks that they don't make that anymore, because I really like that one. don't know what I'm doing here. Why did I do that? Why the hell did I do that? I think I was trying to homing attack those birds, but I don't know why I did that. Because it's not like it brings you anywhere new. Also, I will say the invincibility theme does slap. Also, sections like that where they control the camera, or they take the camera control away from you and they make it go into one specific direction. Those parts stink. And it reminds me of like how the Devil May Cry games used to play with the fixed camera angles, because those games don't have tank controls. As soon as the camera would change, you would go to adjust your position and Dante or whoever you're playing as would just start freaking out. So as long as you're holding like one specific direction when the camera changes in this game, you'll be fine. But if you try and adjust your position to make the controls like feel better, Sonic's gonna go like all over the place and it stinks, and we do not like to see it. Here we go, here's the worst part. I had such trouble with this for some reason. So what you have to do is, as Knuckles, you have to light up every single one of those weird little orbs. And of course it's annoying to do because Knuckles controls like shit. Both of the treasure hunting characters control like absolute ass trash. Knuckles and Rouge. Knuckles, I think, is a little bit more useful because he's got some actual like attacks. Rouge is just basically like Tails, where she has the dummy ring bombs. But when you're climbing on a wall, you just can't get off. Like right now, I'm trying to get off the wall, and it literally won't let me. And that just goes to show how absolutely busted this game is. I've shown in my Happy Birthday Sonic 06 video, I've shown that you can glitch out of this part as Knuckles, and, you know, break out of this level and then finish the level as Knuckles, which you're not supposed to be able to do, but he has a victory animation for some reason. I think now I've cut to when I like actually got a successful run of all of these orbs, because I was in here for a while. You could probably see the like the timer change in the top and see just how annoying it was. Also, usually now is around the time where you'd be worrying about finishing the level in time, because there's usually a 10-minute time limit. But there are multiple levels in this game where the levels go on for over 10 minutes, so that's not a problem. Yeah, this level's just really dull. You keep going through what look like the same exact areas too. I think you can notice my homing attack technique the most when I'm attacking those enemies. Whoa. That tornado's carrying a car. Look at that. Whoa, I finished that at exactly 10 minutes. Holy shit. I didn't notice that when I was playing it. That's pretty nuts. Maybe there is a 10-minute time limit on that level and I just happened to beat it by like a split second.
I found a Chaos Emerald.
Don't touch it!
I love that. That is legendary. Whenever I think of this game,
What's this?
one of the things that I always think of is, don't touch it! So, we went from the best part of the game with don't touch it to the absolute fucking most miserable dog shit part of the game. We have the Iblis fight, which again, you have to see multiple times. Both Sonic and Shadow fight this exact same boss. It goes on way too long. It's way too easy to die in this fight, like right at the very end. So this is a fight that potentially you're going to be seeing multiple times, just because of the fact that you're probably going to die during it, and there's no checkpoints, obviously. So you have to go right to the beginning. There's so many scripted areas where he has to, you know, do a dance, bring down these platforms, shoot things at you. It just so... It takes so fucking long. And then, you know, you die at the end, you have to see it all over again. It's like 5 minutes wasted. And then you play through Shadow's story, and you have to play through this exact boss the exact same way a second time. Like, I feel like if Silver... Because I don't remember, I don't think Silver fights this. I think I thought that, but he doesn't. Because Silver actually might have been able to make this quicker, because he shoots these things at you. You probably would have been able to pick those up and throw them back at him as Silver, and maybe shave some time off of this fight, which would have been interesting. And it's not like he's even tough to fight. You know, you just go up to him and homing attack him. It's so easy. But don't worry, when we get to this part as Shadow, I forget if I cut the fight out entirely. I think I sped it up so that it's only like a minute long, because absolutely not a single person needs to see this twice. And I did it not only for the viewer, because really no one has to see this, but I also did it for myself, because there's no way I could even think of anything different to say about that fight. What am I doing? Oh wow, I almost died there. That's insane. That was some good dodging on my part there. It was like the Matrix. The song is good. Like most things in this game, the music is good, and the camera almost just killed me there. This is like the perfect encapsulation of this game. Music is good, the camera tried to kill me, and it takes too long. So that's Sonic 06 in a nutshell. There's Iblis. Silly Iblis. Orbs are for kids. And echidnas, apparently. They have to find them in darkened rooms. It just, I feel like it's one of those things where there had to have been someone in the room playing this when they were making this and testing this game that said, I don't know, this fight's going on for 3.5 minutes and it's not fun. Should we cut down the amount of hits it takes to kill him? Or should we make some of his animations a little faster? Should we do anything to mitigate the amount of time that players are going to spend here? Like, no one said that. Or, I assume the people that were making this game knew. I think they were trying their best. It's just Microsoft and Sega kind of forced them to release the game early. If they were given, I wonder if they were given like another year, I think this game could have been playable. But again, I've said this before, but the story is unsavable in my opinion. There's no saving the story. It's just completely janky and so weird. But I kind of like when Sonic gets weird, so I kind of like the story in that respect, that this is definitely the weirdest that one of these games ever gets, like with the time traveling and the character of Mephiles. And just, I always love when like ancient gods and shit get brought up in the Sonic series. Like when it makes no like, why are there gods involved? It makes me happy because it's so silly. So hopefully we should be coming up on the end of this little fight with Iblis here. And we won't have to ever see this again in full.
Sonic, it's coming!
So at the end he has like a desperation type attack where he'll go all over the place like this, and then you have to go up and attack him. I almost froze up there and almost got myself killed. I remember I was so nervous when I got to that part. Yeah, finish the boss! Yeah, finish me off! Like, 5 minutes and 13 seconds is not an okay amount of time for a boss. And the only way to S-rank that, I think, is to pick up every single ring and not get hurt. Because it's like, you can't do that boss faster. Complete dog shit. Hate that part.
Chaos Control!
I feel like Sonic, character-wise, would have been like, hey, everyone else go first. But no, he just jumped through first.
Ow!
Looks like we made it back in one piece.
Where did Shadow and
Did somebody
Rouge
say
go?
One Piece?
Did they appear someplace else?
Those two can take care
It's
of
funny because
themselves.
Jason Griffith was in the original awful dub of One Piece. Look at this, it's a cutscene exactly like this that shows just how fucked up Sonic's head is. Look at it, why is it so narrow? Ah! Someone just needs to inflate his head a little bit and it would look better. So we now have the bounce bracelet, which works exactly as it did in Sonic Adventure 2. Only it is mapped to the same button that the Lightspeed Dash is mapped to, which can cause so many problems. So what we want to do is go on over here and bounce through this thing here. I don't know why I did it like that. And now we're going to go do Radical Train, which is, I think, one of the better levels in the game. It can be bad. This, your first time through, this is probably one of the worst levels, but I like the concept of this, that you're running against this train. You have to beat this train to specific areas on the map in order to stop it. Or I guess you're not stopping it, you're saving the train. Because if it kept going, it would have run into those boxes and blown up.
I'd better hurry up and cross this scale.
I'd better hurry up and cross this scale.
Does this conveyor change?
I should voice Sonic. No, I should never. Roger Craig Smith should keep doing it until the end of time. So the bounce bracelet, I always feel really nervous using it because of exactly this. Shit just happens sometimes. I was facing the opposite way, so for whatever reason that meant, like in Sonic Adventure 2, if you were facing the opposite way, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to press in the direction that I wanted to go and the jump button, and he would have homing attacked in the direction that I chose. Instead there, he like turned around first. It was really weird. I can't really explain that, but it just sucks. It's this game, it sucks. I mean, there's, like I said, I've been trying to be a little bit more positive this playthrough, because there's not a whole lot of positive playthroughs of this game out there, because it is a bad game. But I did enjoy myself during this playthrough, so I'm trying to be a little bit more positive, but there are just certain aspects of the game that is impossible to be positive about. Here, I think you have to destroy... No, actually you don't. I think... Yeah, you can just do that. The enemy's there to trick you. And here I thought... I specifically remember being able to homing attack and hit those railings up top and grind on them. You can see on those bridges there's those railings to the side, and there's rings there, so that you're meant to do it. I don't know how you're like actually meant to do it, even though I'm pretty positive I've done it before. So instead of like caring about how to do that, I just decided to move forward. Here it's easy, you just jump and do it. It's so broken. That was almost certainly not the intended way to get up this. And again, another area where it's impossible to jump off the rails for some reason. I don't know if you could hear it or if there's any indication, but I was trying to jump off the rails there multiple times before I actually did it. Here's the jumping technique. You can see very clearly there. And here is a nightmare scenario. This is such a nightmare of a Mach speed section. Until you realize one little thing. And I've seen multiple people make the same mistake that I made. When you're running in this area, it looks like there's a drop-off going to happen right here, where it looks like you're going to die, but there's an area down there. So I've seen so many people just try and jump that area, and that brings in the trouble that I've mentioned multiple times, where you cannot direct Sonic's jump direction while already in midair. It becomes impossible to control him.
Is Elise on board?
And this is a great example of why the jumping doesn't work in the Mach speed sections. You need to make so many jumps at so many precise angles so quickly after another that it's impossible to do correctly.
Hang on.
This part you don't really have to worry about. Just get to the train and that's that. I think that's one of the more positive levels. I think that's pretty fun. It's an exciting concept, and I think it was done well enough. I just spilt seltzer all over my microphone, so that's nice. I'll see you in the next video where hopefully my microphone still works, so see you then.